October 16th, 1834, Parliament was burning, and Britain's symbol of stability vanished overnight. Rising from those ashes, Big Ben became the world's heartbeat, and yet every chime now brings its end closer. If the cracks in its stone and iron keep growing, how long can London's idol actually survive, and what secret flaw sealed that fate at the very start? The flames that swept through the Palace of Westminster on October 16, 1834, did more than destroy a building. They left a hole in Britain's identity. By sunrise, all that remained of centuries-old Parliament was blackened stone and smoldering ruins. The loss was immediate and visible. The country needed something bold to fill that void, a new symbol that could stand for resilience and continuity. Parliament acted fast, announcing a competition for a new design. 97 entries arrived, each promising to restore national pride. Charles Barry's Gothic Revival vision won, but his expertise lay in architecture, not symbolism. To give the tower its unique character, Barry turned to Augustus Pugin, just 23 at the time, already recognized for his genius with medieval design. Pugin's intricate stonework and soaring pinnacles made the new tower look as if it had always belonged beside the Thames. Dr. Emma Tomlinson, a leading conservation architect, later observed, "The urgency of that moment shaped every detail." The tower was not just built to tell time, it was built to tell Britain's story of survival. The challenge facing the new tower wasn't just architectural, it was mechanical. Parliament demanded the most accurate public clock on earth, with each hour's first chime falling within a single second of true time. In the 1840s, that was an audacious ask. Edward John Dent, a master clockmaker, won the contract to build the mechanism, but halfway through the project, Dent died, leaving his stepson Frederick to finish the job. The technical breakthrough came from Edmund Beckett Denison, a lawyer with a reputation for being uncompromising and, some would say, difficult. Denison's design for the double three-legged gravity escapement changed everything. Instead of letting wind or rain disrupt the pendulum, the escapement isolated it, allowing the clock to keep time with unheard-of precision, using nothing but 3 tons of Victorian iron, brass, and gravity. As horologist James Rooke demonstrates, the escapement's tick-tock is more than a sound. It's the heartbeat of a city that demanded perfection and got as close as human hands could manage. The bell that would become Big Ben faced trouble before it ever rang across London. The first casting in 1857 weighed more than 16 tons, but cracked during testing when struck by a hammer that was simply too heavy. The foundry tried again, recasting the bell at 13.7 tons and hauling it up the tower in 1858. 2 months later, another crack split the metal. Instead of starting over, engineers rotated the bell so the hammer struck a fresh spot and swapped in a lighter hammer. That crack never went away. It's still there, giving Big Ben its unmistakable, slightly sharp tone, a sound that Londoners know by heart. As bell historian Alan Whitaker once said, "Imperfection is what makes a bell sing." By accident, the flaw became the bell's identity. Within a decade, the name Big Ben stopped meaning just the bell. It became shorthand for the whole tower, the clock, and London itself. When the BBC broadcast those chimes live in 1923, Sir Martin Jeffreys called it the heartbeat of a nation. The world tuned in and a cracked bell became Britain's voice. 17 inches. That is how far the Elizabeth Tower now leans northwest, shifting by about a millimeter each year. Beneath the ornate stonework, Anson limestone is shedding layers, softened by acid rain, gashed by decades of freeze and thaw. Raj Patel, the structural engineer responsible for monitoring the tower's health, points to the data: cracks in the cast iron, hairline fissures in the belfry, and the relentless wear of the pendulum. At 13 feet long and weighing 660 pounds, it has swung more than 2 billion times, each arc grinding away at Victorian bearings. The silent strain is everywhere, hidden until the day it isn't. In August 2017, Big Ben fell silent. Scaffolding wrapped the tower as workers began the most ambitious restoration in its history. The initial plan called for 3 years and £29 million. By the end, it took 5 years and £80 million. Helena Patel, the lead conservation engineer, oversaw teams uncovering hazards hidden for decades. Asbestos lined the belfry. Lead paint coated every surface. Bomb damage from World War II had never been fully repaired. Over 1,000 pieces of stone had to be replaced by hand. A lift was installed for the first time, ending the climb of 334 steps. Only in August 2022 did the bells ring out again, sounding a victory over decay, but not a final one. 50 years. That's the best estimate experts like Professor Susan Clark can offer. After the last restoration, a window before another crisis, another scramble for funds. Parliament's budget officer Tom Whitaker lays out the math. Another overhaul could top £100 million, and every pound spent on the tower is a pound not spent elsewhere. The dilemma isn't just about money or mechanics. It's about deciding if a 19th century clock deserves a 21st century rescue. Three paths sit on the table. Pour in another fortune to keep the mechanism alive, modernize the workings and sacrifice authenticity, or let the clock become a silent museum piece. None of these choices come cheap, and none are simple. The countdown has already begun. Big Ben's survival isn't guaranteed by nostalgia. It's secured by choice and cost. Each chime asks if we're willing to pay to keep history alive. What's that answer worth today?